Thank you to Boomslank for sponsoring this video. Boomslank is an anime lifestyle brand based in North Carolina. All of their merch is based on original anime artwork done by artist P. Shinobi. They've got items ranging from t-shirts, posters, phone cases, and even sketchbooks. If you are interested in their dope anime aesthetic, click on the link in the description down below. I even got a coupon code for you. You can use KenKen15 for a small discount on your purchase. Thanks. Alright, figure collection video for 2020. This is going to be a pretty long video, so strap yourselves in. Also, the title is true, although a little bit clickbaity because, you know, you're screaming out the the worth of the collection. But yes, the collection is worth 10 grand. I actually went on stream the other day, by the way, follow me on Twitch, and I calculated every single figure at retail price and added them all up, and it was over 10 grand. Which is kind of a lot. Now, I have been collecting for 6 years, so I've had ample amount of time to, you know, collect everything, which might be a little bit crazy because, like, I have over 100 of these things now, but in retrospect, I don't think it's that crazy. Some of you guys might have a different opinion. I mean, I know people who've been collecting for 2 years that have way bigger collections than I do at this point, so I don't know. I don't really buy too many figures, I'd say. I guess let's get started showing you guys the entire collection. Alright, so I guess we're going to start with this wall over here. I'm going to try to combine both styles from last video that I asked for. I'm going to show you guys in a room tour style, but I'm also going to put footage over when I'm talking so you can see the figures in more detail one by one. Alright, although I might reuse some previous footage from previous videos just so it's a little bit easier on me. But I do have a feeling that for a lot of these I'm going to end up reshooting new footage for. I can't tell you that I'm not moving the Nendroids though. I absolutely do not want to touch those because they're in positions I already really much like, and I have a feeling if I touch them, some pieces are going to fall off and I don't want to, you know, tilt myself over trying to put them back together. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so for the first figure right here is my Saber Motored Crusader figure from Fate Zero. Definitely one of my favorite figures. I believe this is 1/8 scale made by Good Smile Company. And yeah, if you watched my top 5 favorite anime figures I own, this was in that list, I'm pretty sure. Next to that, we got Saber Altar's Nero Motored Crusader version. This one looks absolutely fantastic. I love this. This is one of the newer figures I picked up, but I really, really freaking dig it. I actually didn't make a video for this one because I lost the footage and it was corrupted. In the back there, we got another Saber figure. I believe this one's made by Kotobukiya, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, it's been a while since I've had this one. But yeah, pretty nice figure. There's a lot of figures of Arturia in this pose, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Over here, we got the Hollow Ataraxia made figures. Pretty dope. They come out as like a matching set. They look pretty good. Saber Altars even comes with like this mini Arturia too. At the bottom here, I got John Altar and Saber Altar's Nendroids from their Shinjuku variants. In the back here, we got Saber's or Arturia Lancer's 1/8 scale figure by Good Smile Company, I think. Really love this figure. This one's pretty sick. Recommend you guys pick this one up if you can. I believe the price was at like around 20,000 yen though, which was very expensive. This right here is Arturia's kimono dress version, I believe made by Altar. And this thing does actually light up a little bit. If I can get the switcher at the back, yeah. It's a little bit of a gimmicky effect because it honestly to me doesn't really look that great, but it's there. Kind of cool. Over here, this is Aniplex's Arturia's wedding dress figure. I believe this actually recently had a re-release where you could pre-order her again, but I picked her up during first initial release. So over here is Arturia's 1/4 scale figure, I believe made by Freeing. I picked this up for close to 22,000 yen at the time, I think it was. I can't exactly remember, but it was over 20,000 yen. She has actually almost literally doubled in price, maybe even tripled. But yeah, she is kind of expensive nowadays, but a really great 1/4 figure. And then right below her, I have a Saber Lion Android. Very, very cute. Alright, so there's that. Up above on like the first shelf here, I believe this is Arturia's Type Moon 10th anniversary dress figure made by Altar, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, it's been years. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. This is Saber Altar 1/7 scale made by Altar, I'm pretty sure. This one, it hasn't actually been this long since this one came out, so yeah, this one's pretty good. We got Mysterious Hero in X. I believe this is also made by Altar. But yeah, pretty dope figure. Oh my god, my arms are already killing me, bro. But this is Arthur, male Saber from Fate Prototype. I actually bought him on impulse at Good Smiles booth at Anime Expo. This next one, this is of Arturia's master version, I guess you could say. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, and I love how she's holding the school bag, the nice little blue uniform with the red tie. Is that what you call it? I don't know. Would that even be classified as a tie? At the bottom here, we got Saber's Nendroid. One of her many various Nendroid iterations. Then over here, we got another Saber Kimono Yukata dress version figure thing. I believe this one's made by Aniplex, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. It could be even made by Stronger, but I actually completely forget. Over here, one of my more favorite figures, but definitely one of the most annoying due to the many like little problems that it has. They're not huge, but Tamamo Lancer, definitely one of my favorite figures. I even got a nice little art print right here, pretty dope. Top shelf. Sorry if you can't hear me. Camera's like really being held up at the top, and it's kind of killing my arms right now. We got Sabre Lily from Unlimited Codes, I think, 1/7 scale, made by Good Smile Company, if I'm not mistaken. Really good figure, but also pretty kind of old now. Over here, we got Saber Altar's Voltigern. I don't even know how to pronounce this word. Oh my god, my arms are killing me, bro. You have no idea. This is 1/7 scale, made by Good Smile Company, I think. Pretty dope. One of my favorite figures. Over here, we got Saber's Triumphant Excalibur, also 1/7 scale, made by Good Smile Company. Right beside that, we got Nero Bride's 1/7 scale figure, also made by Good Smile Company. Yeah, okay. Ooh, holy crap. One of the reasons why I did not want to do this type of style of video is because it would kill my arms, and it's already starting to do that right now, but I think that's probably the worst it's gonna get for me. Alright, so over here on this shelf, sorry if this is a little bit blown out, we got my Saber Altar and John Altar Nendroids right here, starting with the regular one. Over here, pretty cool. And then we got the Shinjuku ones. These are the doll versions. And I'm just going to have them sit here, so I'm not really going to show you guys any footage of these. Like I said before, the Nendroids are a little bit in positions I already really like. In the back here, we got Saber Altar and John Altar's scale figures from Shinjuku. Yeah, nice matching set. If you only have one and not the other, you should be ashamed of yourself. Over here, we got John Altar's dress version figure made by Max Factory, I believe. This one's absolutely fantastic. I love this figure. Alright, so at the bottom here, we got various Nendroids, starting with Ishtar, Rin, Ereshkigal. Then we got these little mini figures of Ereshkigal and Ishtar and Enkidu, and Mashu over there. And we got Nero Bride's Nendroid. I unfortunately do not have regular Nero's Nendroid. That's still on the backlog to get. At the back here, we got a little John Yukata figure. I forget who that's made by. I think the scale's 1/8, but I forget. It's like, it might be by Freeing if I'm not mistaken. Or like a completely different company, I don't remember. We got a prize figure of Okita. I believe this is like a Sega prize if I'm not mistaken, but I could be completely wrong there. Over here, we got my one and only male figure. This is of Archer from Fate. Pretty dope. I don't buy a lot of male figures, and if you want to know why, it's because most of the male characters I like usually have like really ugly figures. And it's usually like shown in stuff like Dragon Ball Z or like My Hero that usually get like the really dope figures for their male characters. On the right side here, we got Nero's third Ascension figure. I believe this one's made by Stronger. This is an absolute beast of a figure. Definitely one of the best to come out last year. And I would recommend you guys picking it up if you can. Down here, we got a couple of Noodle Stopper figures, which are actually some of my favorite types of figures because they're in sitting poses and I absolutely love them. Although some of them aren't in sitting poses, but these two particularly are, and they are fantastic. This one is of Hokusai, and then this one's of Nidokris. Alright, so at the back here we got Kiyohime, her swimsuit figure, and one of the only swimsuit servants I do not have in the game. Kind of disappointing. Right beside here we got a prize figure of swimsuit Martha. Sorry if it doesn't focus in. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite prize figures. Over here we got Semiramis, 1/7, I believe, made by Funny Nights. So she's a pretty good figure. I guess she's okay. Down here we got my Nidokris Android, which I did unbox in the last video. Well, I actually unboxed it like last year, but the video's been on hold for like ever. Over here we got Skasaha by QuestQ, I believe. Definitely a little bit weird on the face, honestly, but it's a pretty decent figure, I'd say. But yeah, there you guys go. That is this section, mainly just Fate. Alright, next section. Alright, so over here we have two Nendroid Petites, one of Aoko and another of Alice. Pretty cool. And that back there we got my Yudu Camp Nendroids. They're just chilling out, you know, vibing. Can't wait to get the rest of them, because one's not even out yet, and the other one hasn't even been prototyped, at least from my understanding. Over here, definitely one of my favorite figures just by design is Prince from Azure Lane. Right beside here, we got one of my holy grail figures, pretty much. This is Cardcaptor Sakura Stars Bless You, 1/8 scale. It's 1/8, but the base makes it look really freaking huge. You can get a variant of her without the large base and literally just get the figure itself, but honestly, the base looks really dope. And another great Sakura figure is coming out in July, I believe. And it's also made by Good Small Company. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I believe this one's made by Kotobukiya, if I'm not mistaken, if I forgot to name some of the manufacturers. Okay, so let's take a look at the top of the detolf here. Alright, so on top of my two detolfs here, I got Congo. I forget who this is made by. Maybe Kotobukiya? But I honestly forget. Can you guys notice anything wrong with this one, though? She's missing her little ahoge at the top. Yeah, I got a little bit of a battle scar with this one. It fell down and the hairpiece broke off. Definitely one of my more sadder moments as a collector. But ever since then, I've just been telling myself that this is a version where she combed her hair and it managed to stick down. Anyways, it sucked. These are my two Muv-Luv figures. So I got Maya. I believe this one's made by Kotobukiya. 1/7 scale? Pretty dope. And then I got a Figma of Sumika. I don't collect Figmas too often because I think they're kind of ugly, but this one I got from a Kickstarter, so it kind of just came as a bonus. On the left here, we got Shiki from Karno Kyokai. This is actually my second scale figure I ever actually picked up. You'll get to see the first one I picked up in a second here. Right behind them, we got my large 1/4 scale Miku. This is absolutely one of my favorite, and probably I'd say one of the best Miku figures to be ever like made. Absolutely love this one. It's kind of expensive as well, obviously, it's being 1/4 and all. It was definitely around like probably like 20,000 yen, 22,000 yen maybe. But yeah. So detail number 1 over here, we got my Madoka section. So obviously the star in the middle is Good Smile's Ultimate Madoka, 1/8 scale. Definitely one of my holy grail figures. I absolutely love this one, and I definitely would recommend it if you can find it up and pick it up. At the back there, we got my 1/8 scale of Madoka from Good Smile Company. That right there is actually the first figure I ever picked up. Then over here, we got a little, I believe this is a prize figure of Madoka. I don't actually remember this one because I actually picked it up in Japan. At the back there, we got Mami. Pretty good figure. She's in like the quadruple set that Madoka goes with. Unfortunately, if you guys can tell, you probably can't, but her index finger on her left hand broke. It's not there anymore. It broke when I was unboxing it out of the box. A little bit sad, but you can barely tell, so honestly, I like her in this pose. She does have another arm piece that puts her in a different pose that has her index finger still attached, but I like her in this pose, so I keep her there. Beside that, we got the Homura section. So in the back there, taking the star of the show, we got Devil Homura. I believe this one's made by Stronger and Aniplex. Pretty dope. And then we got another one. This is 1/8 scale, made by Good Smile. This one comes with a set along with Mami and Madoka over there. Then we got the Shrine Maiden'homer. This is made by Korubukiya, if I'm not mistaken. And then another 1/8 scale Homura in the back right there. Alright, sorry about that. I can only record for about 10 minutes because the SD card I have with my current camera can only record up to 10 minutes because it's like 16 gigabytes. I have to get some more SD cards. To this section, we got my No Game No Life little figures here. Alright, so let's start with the Nendroids first. We got a Shiro Nendroid and then a Jabril Nendroid. Up here in the middle, we got my Shiro figure by Good Smile Company. I absolutely love this figure. Oh my god, it's such a good figure. Love the colors on it, as you can tell. It looks pretty fantastic. And then in the back there, we got another Shiro figure. This one, I believe, is made by Fat Company because it comes with the little miniature figures, which are pretty cute. Yeah. And then we got a Shuvi in the back, which is also made by Fat Company as well, and she looks fantastic. Just look at that, with the minifigures at the bottom there. So yeah, there's that. On the right side, we got a bunch of miscellaneous figures just like put together. So we got Chitoge's Nendroid right there, and then Yamato's Nendroid right there from Kansai Collection. This is Eeeh Vocaloid. I think one of the more beautiful Vocaloids out there in terms of the Vocaloid cast. I got her actually off of a friend that was in a figure Facebook group. In the middle there, we got a Rumelia Scarlet figure, Toho. I forget who this is made by. I believe it's Questq, if I'm not mistaken. On the right side here, we got a Miku figure by Stronger. Sorry, the autofocus wants to focus on Futaba for some reason. But yeah, definitely a great figure for Miku. But yeah, in the back there, we got Futaba from Persona 5. Fantastic game series, by the way. And in the back there, I need some figure risers for my detail so the back figures don't get completely outshone, but we got Kanade Tachibana in the back there as well. Pretty dope figure, honestly. So below this, we got a couple of scales, more Nendroids. So we got 2 Kantai collection Nendroids of Northern Princess and Kashima. Pretty adorable. We got my Senjo Gahara figure from back in Monogatari. Definitely one of my favorite figures. I actually want to complete like the entire like Good Smile Monogatari line of figures, but I just have not started getting on that yet, but definitely will. Next figure up I probably get from the series is Hanakawa, if I can find it. Right here we got Holo's figure. I forget who this is manufactured by, but I do know this was like a little funded project by Otaku Mode. At least that's from what I remember. That's where I ordered her from. A really nice figure of Holo. And then in the back there we got Kurisu. I believe this one's made by Gotopedia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, nice Kurisu figure. Left side, another random assortment of figures. So we got a Congo Nendroid right there. In the middle we got a Mikasa from Attack on Titan. One of the figures that I actually first had troubles putting together because of the little 3D maneuver gear, those wires and things. It was a little bit annoying. Left side is Hatsune Miku's first idol. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. Greatest idol? I honestly don't remember the figure name for this one. On the right side here, we got Charlotte from Infinite Stratos. Fun fact, this is actually the first figure I actually purchased with YouTube money. My first YouTube paycheck, I actually bought this figure. In the back there, we got another Charlotte Dunwa figure from Infinite Stratos, and she looks absolutely cute in that one as well. And then we got a little God Eater figure of Alyssa? Is that how you say her name? Alyssa? But yeah, those are my details, and pretty cool. Alright, so right beside the details, I got some more figures along the line here. So we're going to start with this one. This is 1/8 scale of Kurisu from Steins Gate, made by Good Smell Company. One of my favorite figures in my collection. I absolutely love it. Over here we got Type 95 from Ghost Frontline, one of my favorite guns. Then we got Tomio from Clanad. I believe this one's made by Kotobukiya, 1/7 scale figure. This one is absolutely fantastic. And then we got the 3-piece set of Type Moon Racing Girls. So we got Nero, Arturia, and then we got Ren. If you don't have a complete set, you should be ashamed of yourself. On the left here, we got Jibrel's 1/7 scale. Oh my god, Shiro fell down. Lol. I believe this is made by Fat Company. Yeah, this one's made by Fat Company. Over here, we got my Charlotte and Laura figure. Nekomimi costumes. Absolutely adorable. I love this figure. Or figures, because, I mean, it was a 2-for-1 set, so, yeah. Unlike the other ones, these two came together and not separately. Over here, we got my Salty Durarara Nendroid. Pretty cool. And then we got my Snafu figures. So we got Yukino and Yui. Unfortunately, their anime got delayed, but hopefully this summer, I believe, it'll be rescheduled. If I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not mistaken. Over here we got another Mashu. I forget who this is by, but I'm pretty sure this is by Aniplex. And then right beside that we got another Mashu, which I believe is by Stronger, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I don't know, I forget. Oh wait, I forgot about this one little prize figure thing of Kagami from Lucky Star. I do have this one. Alright, so that's this section. We're getting pretty close to the end here. Along this shelf, I got only like a couple of figures. So first one up here is Shiki from Caracal Maleta. Definitely one of my favorite figures. I kind of clickbaited a lot of people with this figure, because when my top 5 favorite anime figures I own, I actually used this one for the thumbnail, because I was actually considering putting this one in. But I didn't. But I already edited the photo and everything for the thumbnail, so I figured I'd just use it for it. Sorry about that. Over here, we got Musashi, the latest scale figure I actually opened up. She looks pretty good, but they could have done better, especially for the price tag. Over here, we got 2 C2 prize figures. Outfits are both stunning, by the way. Just look at that. Great view right there. You can especially tell from the backside. And then last up here, we have Erina from Shogi. Shogi, used to be one of my favorite mangas, but honestly by the end of it I was just really disappointed with it. But yeah, definitely a really good figure. Alright, so over here on the desk got a couple of figures. Alright, so we got a Shinobu figure by Good Small Company. Definitely one of my favorite figures. Honestly, I should probably like grab some donuts and like take a picture with this thing, because honestly it's that adorable. But yeah, like that one. I got a little, it's not really a Nendroid, but it's like a C2 figure. I don't exactly know what to call this thing, but she's eating pizza, which is dope. Beside that, we got a little figure of Kurusu Nendroid. Pretty dope. And then on the left here, we got a figure of Rassus from Sound Voltex. And then beside that, we got my Nero Figma, which I didn't actually want to buy, but it came with my copy of Fate Extra, so. Alright, and then the last Detolf right over there. Alright, so this is the last Detolf I have, and let's just go through it real quick. So, first up in the big shelf here, we got Saber Altar by Huke, Good Small Company, 1/8 scale figure. I actually recently did a video on this one as well, and you can check that out. Really nice figure, really great. And also it's done by one of my favorite artists, so obviously I really dig it. Right beside her we got Tomomo's Nendroid, which I actually recently just opened, finally, because I've had her in the box for at least a month or more or two now. On the right side here we got Musashi, one of my favorite Nendroids to deal with because it was not very hard to deal with her Nendroid. And at the bottom here I got a bunch of these little miniature figures from the FGO's summer swimsuit line of servants from 2018, I believe. So we got John Altar, regular John, Heroine X, double Heroine X, or Heroine double XX. I don't. I'm just gonna call her Heroine X. We got BB. Then we got Ibaraki, Meb, and Ushi. So yeah, these were like little Ichiban Kuji figures, so pretty dope. Below that we got John Altar by Altar, 1/7 scale figure. Honestly one of my favorite figures I have. I mean, it gets its own Detolf slot, so I guess that's how much you know how much I like it, and also how much I hate to dust it. And then below that we got a couple of Type Moon Nendroid Petites, literally the whole set. Oh, by the way, I am missing one of these miniature ones. It's of the Summer Tan BB one. I don't have her yet. She's still in the backlog waiting for me to get it. But we got like Rin, Shiki, Ciel, Arturia, Sabre Lily, Iris Veil, Arcuade, Phantasmoon Arcuade, another Saber, and then we got little Neko Arc in the back there, always watching you. That's that slot. At the bottom here, we got a very miscellaneous group of figures. So let's start with the Nendroids. We got the Platelet Nendroid right there, which I recently just unboxed. Well, not recently. The unboxing video was in July, but I only posted up like a couple weeks ago. Got Momio from Majikoi and Kazuki from Grisaia. Two characters from some really good VNs, by the way. And then we got little Caracal Maleta right there. She's pretty cute. Chitoge from, I forget who made this. I'm pretty sure it was Altar though. But definitely one of my favorite figures. I was always an Onodera fan, but by the end of it, I didn't really care who won in the series because I did end up liking Chitoge a lot as well. And this is definitely one of my favorite figures I actually ever picked up. She looks absolutely fantastic. Just like the whole color scheme and her shoes. Up forward here, this is a C2 figure. I believe this is by Union Creative. And definitely, I think one of the best C2 figures out there. At the back there again, we got another C2 figure. Its figure video actually did really well. You can probably guess why. But definitely one of my favorite C2 figures. In the middle here, we got Tako from Katsai Collection. I still have to get her sister ship Atago because they kind of come as a matching set. So that's definitely on the backlog. But I will definitely end up picking it up eventually. And then in the back there, this is why I need figure risers and why people wanted the first option rather than room tour style, because if I wasn't adding extra b-roll footage, you guys could barely see this figure. But it's of Kuriyuki Hime from Excel World. A really dope figure. Unfortunately, you can barely see it from this view. Alright, yeah, so that is it for the figure collection for 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, because this took way too long to make. Oh my god, with the large amounts of filming, the file sizes, the amount of editing crashes I've had so far, oh my god, it's... Ugh. I'm filming this after I've already edited a majority of it. I'm just adding this little bit at the end. But, yeah. This video sucked to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you know anyone else who would enjoy this video, feel free to share it out, help support the channel. And yeah, that's been it from me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Huge thanks to my patrons Seswat, Beast, Catweiss, Malahat, Ralku, Kitsuchan, Protectoka, Obsessed Shadow, Tiso, Satsui, and Zexi. Appreciate the support.